No goals. No goals for months. I still felt normal. Obviously, bleep happens. Social media nowadays is full of idiots and trolls. Andy, I think Danny nailed it there, man. He just couldn't keep going in that trajectory.
No.
He's been fantastic. His form's been brilliant. Like anybody else, like everybody else, he was going to have a dip, wasn't he?
Of course he was going to have a dip, and unfortunately he's become so integral to Chelsea, and he become so key to everything that they're really looking to achieve, that when he did dip, there were really none of the others around him were able to really step up and fill the void. But it was lovely to see him back. I mean, look, he's kind of got that very laconic, sort of laid back swagger about him. It looks like he hasn't got a care in the world. He don't care if he wins, don't care if he loses. He's kind of got that attitude, but of course there's a lot more to him than that, and he does care, and he wants to do well for his team. He knows now that he's got a responsibility to kind of try and be the decisive factor in a lot of games for his team. And yesterday, Ali, he was that. I thought he got in some clever positions. When he got the ball, he used it well. Yeah. And not only did he's always got his head up, and he's one of those guys who can run with the ball literally with his head up.
Doesn't need to look at it.
He don't even need to look at it. He knows where it is, and he knows what he's about to do with it. And it was good to see him sort of flowing very easily yesterday and playing very, very well. They had a few very good performers yesterday. I thought Moises Caicedo also played really well, but Cole Palmer was excellent yesterday, really good.
Agreed, mate. We're going to get more on this now. Football writer, broadcaster and co-host of the Sunday edition, Henry Winter. Henry, a very good morning this bank holiday Monday.
Morning, Ali. Morning, Andy. How are we?
We're good, Henry. Thank you.
We're in great form, mate. We're in great form. You've probably heard us here waxing lyrical about Cole Palmer. Henry, is it more of a problem for Chelsea that when Cole Palmer doesn't play, we're all talking about how Cole Palmer isn't playing well rather than somebody else stepping up to the mark?
He's 22. He's bound to have dips. You know, kids do have dips. I mean, I take the point about his very languid style, but I mean, I was there with Andy yesterday, and I thought his work ethic, you can't question him out of possession. Correct. You know, obviously there have been doubts about him. Well, not doubts about him, but he's been slightly off the ball in possession, as you say, 18 games without a goal. But his work ethic yesterday, I mean, you know, he had that run on the left when he beat Bradley and hit the post. He obviously created sort of chaos for Chelsea's second goal, the own goal, with his run in from the right. His work ethic has never been in doubt. And I take your point about it's really important for him, but it's actually really important for his manager, Maresca, because the fans look at Maresca ball and they think it's nice, but it's a little bit slow, it's a little bit deliberate. But when Cole Palmer's on form, he gives that little bit of sort of adrenaline shot, takes the ball forward, whether he's carrying it or passing it, as he did for the first goal. I also think it's helped with Enzo Fernandez playing more, I hate to use a comparison with Frank Lampard, but making those sort of runs. And that creates a little bit more space for Cole Palmer to have someone to aim at, but also creates a little bit of the forward focus away from Cole Palmer, which might give him a little bit more space.
No, absolutely right. Henry, he was... Again, I thought his all-round performance was really good. And I think perhaps having Romeo Lavia now as well, trying to slowly get back up to speed. Yeah. They've got that kind of really solid look about them in the middle of the park, Chelsea, which, as you say, just allows Cole Palmer. It gives him just that little bit more freedom. And I thought there's been a few times in that run from January up to now where he started dropping very deep, trying to get the ball on the halfway line, trying to be all things to everybody. Whereas now, I think others are coming back and are getting back towards their best. I think he can just operate in that area, just hover in behind the opposing team's midfield players, pick that ball up, and then immediately start to get. He's very quick across the ground, Henry Cole Palmer. Really quick, I think, with the ball at his feet.
He's one of those characters who wouldn't leave footprints in snow. He just sort of glides. He gets there really quickly. You guys will have played with sort of stealth talents like that. But your point about Lavia is really important. I mean, he's only 21. You forget how young he is and how young this Chelsea team is. They're all sort of learning and building together. But I thought having him in front of the back four, obviously Caicedo, who's probably the world's most expensive right back, was stepping into midfield, which again I guess sort of pushes everyone sort of higher up the field, whether it's Fernandez and obviously Cole Palmer. But just give Cole Palmer the ball, because you can trust him with his work ethic. You can obviously trust him with the ball. And, you know, with an England hat on, looking forward to the World Cup, I still believe he's England's best number 10. Even with Foden being Footballer of the Year, fabulous talent. Jude Bellingham, I think, you obviously get Bellingham on the pitch maybe as an 8. But I think Cole Palmer, big games, we've seen it with England, So, it's great to see him back in form.
What's your take on Jackson, lads? Henry in particular, I'm going to ask you. I mean, I always, during the season, if somebody said to me that I would say, when he was out the side, that Chelsea really missed him. I think they did really miss him. But there's still a lot of work to be done as a striker, I think, in Jackson. But I still believe there is potential in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think Chelsea have talent all over the pitch and quality all over the pitch, except in goal and except at centre forward. I still think they need an elite level centre forward. I still think some of his runs, he still gets caught offside. He's not as clinical as you want. But you know what? Chelsea wouldn't be the only team looking for a clinical, free-scoring, mobile number 9 that they see. We're not necessarily producing them anymore. Everyone seems to want to play out wide. So, yeah, I think maybe he will train on. Maybe Maresca's got those coaching skills one-on-one. He can develop him, but I'm not totally convinced by Jackson yet.
I tend to agree with you, Henry. And one guy that we are all convinced about is Harry Kane, of course, who finally got that first major silverware under his belt the weekend. What an extraordinary couple of years he's had now, really. I mean, goals-wise, they've just been incredible.
Do you know what? This is reward for Harry Kane and his persistence and his sort of craving for this trophy. But this is also a sort of reward for everyone around him, whether it's his immediate family, his parents, whether it's the coaches going back to Ridgeway Rovers. There's a very good piece in the Telegraph by Matt Law today talking to people who've helped him along the way, and also Antonio Conte, who worked with him. And, we've all seen Harry develop. But, it's not always been easy. He had to go out on loan, sitting on the bench in League One. He's a great role model, not simply for young footballers to keep persevering, but also for anyone in life, facing adversity, facing questions. I mean, Cole Palmer was talking about the trolls and whatever on social media. Harry Kane's had former England captains questioning him in tournaments, and he's always come out and spoken to the media. He's always been brilliant with fans. They love him at Bayern Munich. They can't believe they've got James Bond, the England captain, there. It's a huge honour, they say, to have him in German football, and he's a fantastic role model. So, great ambassador for this country.
Agreed, Henry. You enjoy your bank holiday, my friend. What are you up to? Anything exciting?
Actually, we've got VE Day celebration. So the whole village is like it's like Dad's army. Everyone's sort of rolling around in old gear. So I'm going to go and get my ration book out and go and make some 1945 cakes.
I love it.
Well, you're certainly more Private Godfrey than Corporal Jones, Henry. There's no doubt about that, mate.
Yeah, but I never panic.
Enjoy, mate.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.